Welcome back into Wake Up. I'm Rob Finnerty. We do love a good debate here on the show. And this morning on a Friday, we've got a great one lined up. So I want to bring in our expert panel here. We start with the former Lieutenant Governor of New York, Betsy McCoy, friend of the show, and Democratic strategist and former consultant for the Department of Homeland Security, friend of the show also, Mustafa Tameez. Okay, yesterday it was all the AP, Nancy Cordish, CBS, Yamiche, Kristen Welker, Janet from Univision. Not one single conservative network, print or on television, was asked, given the opportunity to ask a question yesterday. Mustafa, were you impressed? 62 minutes, 10 questions. That means that on average, his answers were just over 6 minutes. Do you think that yesterday President Biden put to bed any questions that he might be in the midst of cognitive decline?
Look, I want to warn Republicans. When Democrats try to do the same thing with Ronald Reagan, and we remember him as one of the most favored president in opinion polls in the United States history. And Republicans are doing the same thing. They're trying to, manufacture this myth that somehow he's feeble and somehow he doesn't remember things, and trying to pick individual clips about that. It didn't work back then for Democrats. It's not going to work for Republicans today. And in regards to what Betsy just said, like Biden got rid of the wall. Really, Trump never built the wall. That is the honest
truth. He built 440 miles of it. Mustafa, hold on one second.
Some of the wall, built a little bit of it.
He built 440 miles of it, which is pretty significant.
He did not live up to his promise.
Hold on, I want to get your reaction to this soundbite. Joe Biden, Ronald Reagan in 1994 wrote a letter to the American people 5 years after he left office saying that yes, he does have Alzheimer's. Okay, I'm not saying Joe Biden has Alzheimer's, but that is a fact when it comes to Ronald Reagan. Here is Joe Biden yesterday, where it seems like he lost his train of thought. There was a little bit of a short circuit. Take a look at this clip, then I want to get your reaction, Mustafa. Go ahead.
I'm going to say something outrageous. I have never been particularly poor at calculating how to get things done in the United States Senate. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway. We're going to get a lot done.
Mustafa, explain what we just saw.
I can show you endless clips of President Trump rambling. We all remember when people used to say he couldn't lift the glass with one hand. Listen, this is done all the time. It doesn't work for Democrats. It doesn't work for Republicans. This is just the kind of fodder that we talk about on our news shows on cable. But this isn't reality. What's important is to make sure that the policies that President Biden is enacting is working for America. Everyone is getting a check. Everyone's getting vaccines in their arms. We're moving forward as a nation, and that's why he's popular. That's why his policies
Betsy,
are popular,
jump in.
not just with Democrats.
Yeah, well, it's not working for Americans because the crisis that we're calling a border crisis is actually heading to a school district, a community near you. Some of the people being put on the buses are COVID positive. Look, they're being sent around the country anyway. And most of the children who are being bused to keep
Hang on one sec, Mustafa. Hang on one sec.
Are teenagers who have not been in school and don't speak English.
We should be
Mustafa, what'd you make of the line of Mustafa? What'd you make of the line of questioning yesterday? The questions that the 10 reporters that were called on asked. I mean, this was not. Nobody was pressing Joe Biden.
Listen. In the last administration, they didn't used to have a daily White House briefing. I mean, come on. After generations of White Houses having a daily briefing, the last administration stopped doing briefings. The only time President Trump took questions when there was a helicopter in the background and nobody could hear and only selectively picked and choose questions that he wanted to answer, and he didn't even answer those. Look,
don't buy Mustafa's argument that this is working for Americans. It is not.
Unfortunately, we have to leave it there. Mustafa Tameez, Betsy McCoy, I enjoyed this. I hope we can pick this back up, by the way, next week. Good to see both of you. Have a great weekend.
See you.